Yo.
I promise you, man. One of these shows, I'm gonna just come in from the countdown, spit.
You keep saying there's 2 shows in a row. You done said that.
I know, man.
Some bars at some point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, get the people what they want.
I'll give them what they want at some point. Hold on, I gotta get me. Let me fit it on, man. But where we at? Thursday, May 27th. Beautiful Thursday morning, man. A lot going on in sports.
Sure
A lot going on in the world. How was your last couple of days, man? Outside of going on Jim Rome, lying to the people.
Nah, we're gonna talk about that. But nah, it's been good, man. Got on the road yesterday with the kids, man. Traveled 5 hours down here back home to Mom Duke's crib. So we in VA for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, took that road trip with the little ones.
5 hours, that ain't bad.
Nah, that ain't bad. That ain't
split
bad.
the drive at all, or you muscle through?
Nah, I was able to muscle through, man. The little ones, they took a long nap, no bathroom stop. So
oh yeah, you did
it was
right.
good.
Yeah, man. Those road trips be all right, man.
I'm not a road tripper though.
What's your usually my cap on driving is about 4 hours.
And I would say mine's like 3.5. I would say around 4, but obviously this 5 hour drive this might be my new cap.
5,
but
that don't seem bad, especially if you're gonna vibe for a couple of days.
Right. Trust and believe, though. If it was by myself, I would definitely hop on that bird, take a 45-minute flight.
That's what I do. So I'm going to I'll be going to Tampa every week, getting up there with Pat on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a 3 hours, 45 minutes drive. But like you said, 40-something minute flight. So I'm on that bird every week.
Can't beat that.
Do it, man. Hell no, that's what's up though, man.
Like you said, man, we got a lot to talk about. I know before we jump it off, I know Mike Ward. I don't think we talked about it last time. Mike Ward was talking about asked about Kawme Brown. I don't know if you've been following it. Obviously, you know, a lot of at some point it was a back and forth between Gilbert Arenas, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. What did you think?
Yeah, we spoke on it. We spoke on it a little bit on the last episode. Hopefully them boys, hopefully them boys, keep it to the internet and it ain't no real, but a lot of people been coming at Kawme for a long time. He's been quiet, took it on the chin. I didn't think it was necessary the first time they went at him, for the little slick comments, but he came out swinging. And shit, everybody got their platform. Everybody want to say what they want, but I hope the boys squash it and move on, man. I hope Kawme shoot if he start a pod, because he was talking a lot of this shit was on point. I'm not talking about what he was saying about specific individuals, but a lot of his things that he was saying about,
his time.
Yeah, they're going behind the scenes and things that he was dealing with personally that people on the outside honestly don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? So I definitely understood his point of view, and I definitely think people have gotten way too comfortable, disrespecting cats, whether it's on TV, radio, from the stands. We saw it last night with the Sixers Wizards game. So yeah, man, I it was entertaining. The clapback, it was entertaining.
No, for sure, it was. I agree.
Yeah, man, but but a lot of people was backpedaling too.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like you said, he came out swinging. Yeah, he was throwing haymakers too. But like you said, definitely would love to hear more about what goes on behind the scenes with each individual, things that he had to go through when he first came in the league as an 18-year-old. So
yeah. For sure, man. For sure. We should starting with basketball. Well, shit. Somebody just jumped in here with it.
Yeah.
And Sam, first of all, It was some quality tape. That was my highlight tape, but I could make a highlight tape of anybody that was on that court. It was some quality competition on that court. What like go look at Myles Garrett tape and then go look at my tape. And you tell me who played against who.
We're gonna keep that up because I was gonna let you live out. That's probably like my second or third time seeing that video. That's the number one video D-Buck goes to.
That's the second time
when he posts his videos with his own jersey on. That's for one. If we was in the locker room, we'll fire your little dirty ass up in your own jersey.
That wasn't my jersey. That was my little brother's.
Oh, it was your little brother's jersey.
Yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying? That was his, you know what I mean?
But your defenders look like they lacked a lot of lateral movement, man. So I can't really.
That's how I make people look.
That defense, man, that little defense was suspect out there.
I mean, that's how I make people look, man. If you go look at anybody's. So you go look at Luka highlight tape from game one. He make them defenders look suspect too.
No, come on now. We can't compare that.
Yeah, it's some bad when you got good offense, the defense gonna look bad. But go look at Myles Garrett. Go look at the dudes that now. When I watched that, I was like, all right, come on, man.
That's impressive though, man.
That's impressive.
I'm talking about the guy his size, moving like that. Off the dribble, get up. I'm not talking about the competition. The competition.
Those are very subpar basketball moves. He just big as shit. He just big.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's impressive. Like you don't see too many big guys that's gonna jump, and that's not in the league. You're not gonna go everywhere and see a guy like that. You wouldn't expect how much you think he weigh?
Probably 280. Maybe 270 something. Big dude.
Right. So, yeah, big dude. I mean, you're not impressed by a lot. I keep it a buck. Like that was.
Bro, you impressed by a number one overall draft pick dunking on a bunch of middle-aged white dudes.
I never said who he dunked on. I'm talking about his movement and the way he was able to get up off the ground. I'm impressed by that.
We gotta go see. You got to go see that. I'm gonna see that video again because I don't hoop with Pep. You seen Julius Peppers hoop?
He played for UNC.
I'm saying, did you see him hoop though?
He played for UNC. I seen him on TV a couple of times.
I never watched him play for UNC. I know you a fake basketball fan, but that's a big dude hooping. That shit that Myles Garrett was doing, that was bullying. He need to be reported. So HR.
All right.
Yeah, I hear a lot of deep butter fraud. You think because he played? I was an intramural basketball champion, UConn. So you know, and if you run through our previous interviews, we had Rudy Gay just finished his 14th season in the NBA. AB asked him, all right, if you had to pick D-Buck or Nate Robinson, who you going with? Rudy said me. No bias there, of course. We have Renee on, national champion college, WNBA champ.
You said no bias?
No bias. Current team owner. She said I was nice.
You can't
Come on, man. I don't care about it. Don't
like this on the pod. You can't keep talking like this on the pod, man, because people they really go with what you say, man. But look, I'm gonna say this, man. D-Buck, you a good basketball player, man. I can't front. You know what I mean? Good basketball player, but
appreciate that, man.
Tone, our producer, came up with I think a dope idea, right? Team AB versus Team DB. D-Buck, you get your 5, I get my 5 of current or former NFL players, and we rock.
Oh man,
I got two for sure that I'm gonna call.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off guys that I seen play. So I'm gonna go Antoine Bolden.
Mm-hmm.
Physical, got handle, can pass it. Antoine Bolden.
That's your pick. Let me get my pick.
Okay. That's my first. So that's the first overall pick.
That's your first pick.
Okay, that's my first pick. Hey, all right, let's go. I got Q.
I'm gonna go Bruce Ellington.
Ooh. You went got one there.
Bruce Ellington. I'm going Bruce Ellington.
Yeah, Bruce, nice. He nice. I'm gonna go Tyrod Taylor.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna go Gerard Powers.
J-Rod. Oh, you reach. That's a reach right there. That's what's that, fourth overall? That's fourth.
Hey, look,
J-Rod fourth overall.
Hey, come on.
I'm gonna go Honey Badger.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna go.
Who I got? I got Quan.
You got Quan, Ty,
and
Honey Badger, and you. So you 4. You got your 4. I got to think. Who am I getting? Who am I picking up? Okay, I'm gonna go Eric Armstead. I'm gonna go Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead. All right, I got so this is my last pick. Damn. Now I gotta swap out. I gotta swap out. I gotta have my dog Tavon on there. I gotta swap out Honey Badger for Tavon. And then I'm gonna go get Joe Wrights.
Joe Wrights, okay.
Joe Wrights gonna kill Armstead on that block. Oh my God. All-time lead scorer at Western Michigan when he was done.
No, that's a good pick. So I got so right now, I'm gonna go T.O.
Oh, come on. You got that from the come on, man. I seen T.O. hoop though. T.O. can hoop. It's a lot of cats out there can hoop that we left off the list. So me.
We probably gonna kill y'all.
Nah, me, Q. First of all, Q. That's like me, Q, Ty Taylor, Tavon, and Joe Wrights. Yeah, y'all ain't got a chance.
Me, Bruce Ellington, JP, Eric Armstead, and T.O.
Y'all better feed Bruce. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Antonio Gates, Mo Ali Cott, Carson, That'd be a game.
That'd be a dope
little situation.
That'd be a game, man. But stick 6 men. All right, we gotta go 6 men. One more 6 men off the bench. Tone said we get a 6 man.
6 men. All right. Who you going with?
And it depending on the game, depending on the matchup, this guy may not come off the bench. He may start some games. Oh, damn. Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker, wide receiver down in Miami. Hooped with him before. He can go. He can go.
All right, I'm gonna go with
I already got a white guy, Zach. I got Joe Wrights. But this ain't no little league. This ain't no Rooney Rule in this.
Dang, I don't know.
Come on, man. You need 6 men.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, we gonna kill you. Oh man. I left Moss off my team. I gotta swap Devontae. Sorry, my dog. Ready Moss.
I'm gonna go.
I got Moss. I gotta go Moss.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough.
So there go my squad.
I'm gonna go Keenan Allen.
Okay, that's a good one. So I got me, Moss, Joe Wrights, Tavon Branch, Antoine Bolden, Tyrod Taylor.
That's a decent mob.
That's undefeated. That's a decent mob.
We'll set it up one day though.
We'll set it up. But getting to these playoffs, man, these basketball playoffs. I know we touched on it briefly with Westbrook, the Wizards, Sixers. Obviously, Sixers blew them out. But so the game wasn't much to talk about the game. What you thought about what happened with Russ going into the locker room, man? Fans dumping popcorn, like, I mean,
yes.
What was your thoughts on that, man?
No, listening to Westbrook after the game, man, I think he was spot on with it. I think some fans, I'm not gonna say all, but some fans, they get carried away. And I think in the space where the players at, we got to protect the players just like you protect the fans. And honestly, I really do wish that, regardless of what the situation is, somebody throwing a drink on somebody, throwing popcorn on somebody, as men, you know what I mean? I wish they would have let Westbrook go in the stand.
So he wasn't getting up there. Cole would have been long gone.
I mean, but I think you got to do something though. But I think fans, man, they get carried away with that, man, and I don't think there's no place in sports for that, honestly.
Yeah, that's that you said it, and Russ hit it on the head. I guess a question for you. We got a question from Van. What's your worst fan experience, if you've had one? Some of us haven't.
Honestly,
had one.
And it's funny because I actually be thinking about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was looking at the game last night, listening to Westbrook talk, I'm like, damn, have I had an experience like that? And I haven't. College, I haven't. And even, my time playing in the league, we had some trash talking back and forth, but as far as like a fan, throwing a drink on me or throwing something at me, I've never had an experience like that.
Yeah, and it's a little different with football. You're a little further removed from the fans, especially depending on the stadium setup. College, depending, maybe you might have been a little closer. But like probably my worst fan experience was probably like basketball playing, like young basketball with young parents of the other team or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Going into West Virginia in college, I remember our coach was like, "Hey man, they've been known to throw batteries and racial slurs and this and that." It wasn't that bad, but I enjoy some animosity from the fans. As long as you ain't throwing nothing on me, I'm good. You pay your money in there. You pay your money to get in there. You probably sauced up. Probably some of my favorite interaction, the Bills fans, like the Bills Mafia. When it's cold, they out there shirtless, wasted, talking shit. I mean, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say I've experienced a fan interaction that went over the line. Something like Russ, something like obviously the Malice in the Palace years and years ago. I can't remember if I have, but I can't recall. A negative fan interaction like that. But I enjoy the rowdy fans on the road.
Nah, no question. I'm the same way. That gets you ready to go.
Hell
yeah. The fans talk shit. Yeah.
But the fans being in that crowd sometimes is like being on the internet. You get yelling and yelling. We actually saw a few years ago with the lady with LeBron. She was talking shit behind her. He kind of turned around and looked at her.
And he turned around. She like, oh, shit.
So, yeah, it's the same shit, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy that part. It's part of the game. It's part of the game, man.
No,
part of the game, but you got to keep it within. Got to keep that respect.
Yeah. So, obviously, like you said, the Sixers blew them out. So, I think the Sixers going to walk away with, with this series. I think it's going to be easy money.
They up 2-0 right now, right?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a sweet. Bring your brooms out for that. Atlanta and the Knicks. Knicks was able to even that thing up 1-1. Did you watch that game?
I did. That's becoming a little rivalry now with Trey and the Madison Square. I once again love the fan experience, the fan engagement. That's something obviously we expect Trey to be a star in this league for a long time. So hopefully that keeps brewing. Same thing over there in the West with Luka, that young star over there that, he's kind of, I know the Clippers fan base going to hate him. Probably going to break that Clippers team up. But I love it, man. I love it. Trey, and obviously the Knicks got the best of them. Randall came through in the clutch late in the game.
D-Rose played big.
Rose played big all game. Gave him, I think, 39 minutes. He had been averaging like 27. Points. Yeah, he had been averaging like 27, 28 minutes a game. They told him, hey, we're going to need 39 out of you. So he went and did his thing. Man, I love seeing D-Rose. It's almost like a D-Rose 2.0. He spoke about it a few days ago about him
Talking
kind
about
of being a
vintage.
different player. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Because I know we all D-Rose fans in that early
Man,
Bulls days.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see it. Like you said, obviously, young D Rose MVP with the bounce that he had, explosiveness that he had, just a story. You know what I mean? Chicago kid playing for Chicago, and then obviously the injury bug hit him tough, and tough. We hate to see that, but just to see where he's at now. I just think mentally, one of the biggest things mentally seems like he's in a good space, great space. And then just to see him come out and play some great ball in the playoffs and in the Madison Square Garden, man. So I love to see it. And then I think it was last year. I think he hit a 50 piece. And they interviewed him after the game, and he was crying. I think that touched everybody. Because I think everybody genuinely loves and respects D Rose, man. What he's able to bring to the game and what we've seen him go through again with the injuries, man. So I love to see it, man. It's a great story. Vintage, yeah. I don't think it's a vintage thing. I just think it's, at times when you get older, your game changes.
Got to.
And for him, again with the injuries, not as explosive as he once was. So you just gotta improve your game and add things to your arsenal.
Yeah, he was my favorite point guard for sure to watch. One of my favorite players, period, to watch. Early on in his career, and now it's the same way. And it's a completely, like you said, it's a different game, but it's still, that in-between game of floaters. Jumper got better. He hit threes. He sees the floor better. And he's just older, obviously. Been in the league for a long time. And like you said, I think everybody loves the guy that he is, the character. Don't speak a lot. I wouldn't say he was a guy who spoke a lot, especially with his profile that he's had. But when he speaks, people listen. So big salute to D Rose, man, and doing it, in the basketball mecca. You know what I mean? Doing it in New York. He started out his career in Chicago, where he's from, being the first overall pick, and now doing it in New York, man. That'll probably be a movie. When it's all said and done. So definitely enjoy watching that. Still enjoying watching it, should I say? Yeah,
should staying in New York. Last episode we had picked some of our awards, NBA awards.
Yeah,
most improved player, Julius Randle. I think everybody kind of seen that coming, just the numbers and he's been putting up this year, type of ball that he's been playing, man. So that's
absolutely. You picked three. You picked Russ being the most improved player. I'm not Russ. Randle being the most improved player. You picked Rose being the sixth man of the year. Which
got that wrong.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson won that. I got that one out of Utah. Jordan Clarkson. They both, were deserving. And then you also picked Tom Thibodeau to be your coach of the year. Yeah, I saw somebody pick Monty Williams to be the coach of the year. Was that the actual NBA award, or was that somebody else?
I think that was the don't quote me on this, but I was thinking that was the NBA award, but I could be wrong.
Let me see. I'm gonna check it out right now. NBA awards. Randall most improved. We got the finalists. MVP finalist Joel Embiid, the Joker, and Steph. And how they presented Jordan Clarkson with that 6-man
that was dope.
That was super dope. Having Joe Ingles in there with him and presenting him, surprising them, that was super dope, man.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year, 3 finalists. Ben Simmons, Rudy Gobert, who had a great defensive game last night for the Jazz. And then Draymond Green. What's that?
Did you see when John Morant tried to bang on that boy last night?
I missed it. I missed that part, but I saw he caught a dunk late, and Reggie was saying something about how he was saying he was going to be back. Ja went off for 47 last night, too.
Ooh, that boy Ja tried to go up on Gobert last night. If he would have,
it would have been nasty. He'd be trying.
Gobert, like I said, defensive. He's in the defensive MVP discussion. He definitely met him at the rim and blocked it, but. That was
dang.
If he would have got that, now we would have been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, was it worse than the one he tried to get Kevin Love with?
I don't remember the Kevin Love one.
He tried to damn near jump over Kevin Love's head.
Yeah. But that shit would have been crazy. So with Spider coming back, what you think that what that series is gonna look like?
First of all, he looked great for him to be out. What, 17 games, like 40 days? I think he was out. He obviously wanted to come out and play. Last game he was upset about being set. He looked good for a guy that's been out of rhythm for that long. So I think the Jazz handled that series probably in 5, maybe 6. But Ja gave him 47. We talked about Dylan Brooks, what he's been doing. I just think that Jazz, like, that's a good basketball team. Well coached, a lot of veterans, just good players up and down that roster. I think they handled that series pretty easily. What about you?
I think I agree. I know I said last episode, I said Memphis might give them some trouble, but watching that game last night with Spider coming back, I think you hit it on the head. Well-rounded team. You know, you got your 2 stars. Then you got your players around them that fits and plays their role the way they're supposed to do it. And then, like you said, a well-coached team. So, I think they'll handle that pretty easy.
We got the let me make sure. I know we got my Bucks and Heat tonight, man.
Yeah, Bucks gonna handle that easy. We
ain't gonna still win in Miami. We can't still win in Miami, bro.
Nah. The only thing y'all stealing is I don't know. Y'all ain't stealing no game. But y'all gonna come out, y'all gonna fight.
I'll say we steal this one in Miami. We're gonna get this one in Miami. And that's 1,000% just my heart speaking. 1,000%. I just think just the Heat culture, just the Heat. I think we're gonna get one tonight. But those additions to Milwaukee have made them Drew Holiday has been everything that everybody thought he was going to be, honestly, if you've been watching basketball for the last, half decade. And then PJ Tucker snuck up in there and gave him some toughness, that veteran presence, leadership, defense. Like, the boys, man, a Greek freak playing a little more off the ball. So I feel like that's where they got in trouble in the playoffs, with Greek freak at the top of the key, dribbling the ball, being the kind of starting point of the offense. That's going to stop at some point. So, damn, man, and if they keep hitting threes like that, so they're the only team I can see giving the Nets problems. But outside of that,
I don't know, man. Philly, man.
I don't know what I just don't trust Philly. And I didn't come into the playoffs trusting Milwaukee, honestly. But now seeing what they're doing, seeing those new pieces, and then Philly got a chance. There's some good teams. It's a 3-headed race over there, Philly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think
Brooklyn
in the East it's Brooklyn, Philly, and Milwaukee.
Like
I said, I would say Brooklyn. I would say Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and then Philly.
Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So, but my thing with Brooklyn though, offensively, you got them 3 guys, phenomenal, right? But on the defensive end, like, them cats don't play no D. They don't play no defense, man. So that's my only thing. I just feel as though at some point in the playoffs, man, you're gonna have to play some defense.
You're gonna have to get some stops.
Yeah, you're gonna run across a team that can score. And that's the only thing that scares me for Brooklyn, man.
Yeah, we'll see though, because them boys can score. So
for sure.
Yeah, that series, I think that series will be over in 4. We talked about that. The Nets Celtics series will be over in 4. Milwaukee, like I said, I think the Heat we're gonna get a couple.
That'll be over in 4.
We're gonna get a couple. We got the Suns Lakers tonight, game 3. Lakers bounce back, got the win, which I knew was gonna happen. I think you knew as well. Bron not gonna lose 2. It's gonna be tough to beat Bron. Nobody's ever beat him in the first round. But Chris Paul being out, man, that's the chances are gone. The Phoenix chances are out the window without Chris Paul.
So what's his status?
I don't know, but based off him missing all that time last game, especially in the fourth quarter, I think that shoulder banged up, man. That shoulder.
So do you think it was a case of, okay, we got one game, we're gonna roll the dice on, let him rest at the end of the game, trying to get another day of rest and go to LA? Do you think it was one of those cases, or do you just honestly think that the shoulder was banged up? Because my thing is that he played the majority of the game.
And he missed a lot of that fourth quarter. Let me see how much he played. He missed a lot of that fourth quarter though. And Payne was playing well, but I knew once it got late, them playoffs crunched like that. Like we talk about all the time. Like you need your stars. Like you need the New York game last night. Like Randall made some big plays, some big passes down the stretch. Spider being back with the Jazz. Trae Young the first game and he closing it out. Like you need Lakers when they showed AD and Bron, got aggressive and showed up at the end of the game last. Like you need your stars to show up and be stars and leaders in those big moments in the playoffs. And I hope that's the case, but it ain't look good in my opinion.
Yeah. Now I'm with you, and I know you've had a stinger. I had a stinger, so you just don't know with those nerves, man. Like them things can flare up anytime, any given moment. But if he don't play, excuse me.
Yeah, he only played 23 minutes. He only played 23 minutes last game, Chris Paul. So yeah, if it's a stinger, like stingers, we come back, but it's different when you playing football. Shit, you wrap that shit, you tape it up, you do it. When you gotta have a feel for that ball and pass and shoot. You know how Chris Paul's game is, man. He's already a smaller guy, so his skills are everything. It's no Payne. Like I said, play well in relief, but you can't depend on Payne down the stretch against. If Schroeder came alive for the Lakers.
Yeah, played well.
Them Lakers look good. Going back to LA, that energy gonna be in Staples. So
for sure. We just need AD to continue to play like he played game 2.
Facts. Big facts. Man, what else we got, man? Y'all drop some questions, comments in here too.
Yeah.
Zach, I hear Zach. Butler gonna get us one, Zach. Butler got to take over. Jimmy been playing too damn passive too, man. Like, who you waiting on, bro? Like, you the guy. Like, put that shit on your back. Like, you the guy, man. Duncan Robinson, he's a matchup problem. Hero, we don't know if he was, I feel like Miami done got to my dog.
Yeah, especially after that good run in the bubble. Hey, let's talk about some ball though. Let's talk about some you reaching. Let's talk about some football, man. Let's talk about this Julio Jones. Julio Jones. First off, what do you think about him and Shannon Sharpe, right?
Wow. So that happened when we were on air, actually. That happened Monday, right? Because I remember somebody jumped into the comments and was like, yo, Julio just went on. He was on the phone with Shannon, woo. And I remember reading, like, on the phone with Shannon. Okay. Like, I think he called in the show, like, as an actual guest. But that's why. If Julio didn't know he was on live TV, that's Shannon can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah,
that was OD. If that was the case.
You can't do that, man. Now, if y'all talked about that beforehand, hey, it would be on TV. Because some people say, hey, Julio know Shannon Sharpe on TV every day. Julio probably don't know what time it could be. People call you, hey, I'm on set right now, but what's up? Let me holler at you real quick. You have a quick little minute conversation, and that don't mean we on air. But the way he was talking, it didn't sound like he knew he was on air.
Yeah,
for sure. Just with the history of Julio and kind of how private he's kind of been, that was. I don't respect that. I can't respect that.
Yeah, and then I can't respect that. That was That wasn't good at all. But I read something this morning saying that a trade could happen as soon as next week. Where do you see him? 1st. Yeah, where do you see him? Where do you see the best fits for him? Teams that need receivers right now.
Man, he one of them cats that I feel like can fit anywhere, can play in any scheme. I would love to see him personally. I would love to see him in Indy. Honestly, we can make it happen. It will be out of Chris Ballard's, nature or what we've known him to be as a GM. But they're saying, the last I've heard, at least, I've heard Atlanta got offered a 1st-round pick. So if it's going to be in that ballpark, I don't see the Colts doing that. But I can see them maybe a 2nd-round pick. But we can handle the contract. Because if we get him in Indy, I feel like that gives us a legit 2-year window to win, to make a run for a chip with Carson, with T.Y., with the backfield we have, the O-line we have, the defense we have down there. So selfishly, Indy, the Patriots also can afford them. I would want to see that work with Cam, getting Cam another weapon. You know how I feel about his his outlook for this year. What about you?
I was about to ask you, you think if people talking about the Packers or whatever the case may be, if the Packers could make that move, do you think that would help mend the relationship with A-Rod, or you think A-Rod's like, man, F them boys?
A-Rod living his best life right now, man. A-Rod out there, he out there in Hawaii. My man out there in Hawaii, vibing right now. And he came out and talked to Kenny Mayne. Shout out to Kenny Mayne too. Kenny Mayne, obviously, I think 27 years on ESPN, and now moving on to his next chapter. So shout out to Kenny Mayne. But he had him an interview with A-Rod, and he said, it wasn't the players, it wasn't the coaches, it wasn't this. Basically, put it all in the front office. And but if you got Julio in there, I think right now that's the best place for A-Rod to be anyway, to win a championship. But if Julio goes to Green Bay, he said he want to win. That's the place that's going to win. I don't see the Falcons trade within the conference, but that'll be wild. I think that would do something to help get A-Rod back in that building. If they can do anything, that would be one thing that they could do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But I mean, we on football. Got to talk about our guy, man, Vinny. And you won a Super Bowl with him. 23 years in the league, right?
23 or 24.
Okay, I gotta fact check that.
Fact check, yeah. But
what was your thoughts on his retirement on Pat's show live yesterday?
Hey, big shout out to Pat, man. AB, man, tremendous career. All time points leader, man.
24 seasons. Yeah, you're right.
24 seasons, man. Just a great dude. A leader. I believe first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. All-time lead scorer, like you said, will forever be the all-time lead scorer for the 16-game era of the NFL. Yeah. Great teammate, man. Clutch, the epitome of clutch. I think he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And what sticks out to me about Vinny, a lot of people probably don't know this, not only the 50-yarders and the game winners and all that stuff, but as a teammate, I was his teammate for 6 years. And then my last year, 2017, that was when, the president at the time had made those comments. A lot of players were protesting. A lot of conversations were being had within buildings and outside of them. And, we were having those conversations in Indy as well with players, the front office, the coaches, ownership. And, I was one of the more outspoken players at that time within the team. And, Vinny, being an older white guy, that really not his fight. He probably hasn't dealt with much, discrimination or any of the things that we were talking about. But, he came into me and told, hey, man, I got your back. whatever you need me to do, I got you. I don't want you to feel like you're going in, because how the conversation was going behind the scenes, there was some things going on. He was like, hey, I just want you to never feel like you gotta compromise on any of your feelings or any of that. So I really salute and appreciate Vinny for that, because like I said, he didn't have to do that. He was already in his 40s, already had a first ballot Hall of Fame career stamped. Like I said, not really his fight, but it just shows a testament to who, what type of man he is, and what type of player he was. So shout out to Vinny, man.
No, for sure, man. Stand up guy, man. I remember sitting in the meeting rooms, and we would always joke on AV just as far as like his age, how old he was.
24
but it was crazy.
Years. That's crazy.
It was crazy. Like, guys were coming into the meeting room as rookies, and they were saying like when he was born, and I want to say he would be like, dang, like that was like my first year in the league, my second year in the league, or something like that. But for him to be able to do it that long, regardless of the position that he played, like you said, the definition of clutch, great teammate, great brother, man. So
for sure,
enjoy retirement.
Big time hunter too. He's gonna be
big time hunter. And I was just about to say that we was in training camp one year, and we was in Anderson. And some of the older guys, we were down in the basement, so we used to be chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me a video of when he went and hunted a lion, and he got the jump on video of him doing what he was doing.
Messed up, man.
Yeah,
I like lions, man.
I do too. I'm not. I ain't gonna get into all of that right now, but the video was just wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just seeing it, and from his view, and the lion charging at him, I was like, I kind of walked out of the room like, but he's definitely a big time hunter.
Yeah, for sure. He showed me some pictures of him out in like it looked like Antarctica or some shit, like in the deep. He going like real, like out there. But yeah, so Vinny, he made his NFL debut September 1st, 1996. Dallas Cowboys were the Super Bowl champions. Brett Favre has just won his first MVP. Brady was a freshman at Michigan. The Ravens had just began playing in Baltimore.
1996. I was 12.
September 1st, 1996. I was 10. 10 piece. Yeah, man. Shout out to Vinny, man.
For sure.
Vinatieri had that Ron Isley. Vinny used to be swagged out, too.
Oh, no, for sure.
He used to be swagged out. Oh, man.
Got a good question right here.
Static 1217. Yo, DB, AB, being top-notch professionals during your NFL tenures, what was harder as a player? Dealing with the dude who has all the talent without the best work ethic, or dealing with a bad coach?
Bad coach?
Yeah, probably a bad coach. Because that is I wouldn't say it's hard to overcome coaching, but it definitely makes it tougher. Definitely makes it tough. You need good coaches in your corner as a player trying to get things done. But it is frustrating though when you got a player.
But what's a bad coach though?
Oh, okay. For me, my definition of a bad coach is a coach. I never like coaches who did more, who were like an after the play type coach, right? So we'll put in the coverage, we'll put in a whatever, and then once something happens either on game day or in practice, they look at it and say, "Look, I coach you to do this. This is how it should be done because of the play we got beat on it by." Right? I like the coach that say, "Hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it, regardless of how we get, we're attacked. Obviously, you change coverage and things based off how you're attacked, but you can't have gray area. You can't go back, double back and say, oh, we'll do it this way because of that happened." So that's, in my opinion, I hate coaches that do that. And that's what makes a bad coach. They don't have when it's too many gray areas, like it's too many question marks going into a game on, okay, how are we playing this technique? Are we cutting it? If I'm in corner, am I jumping this route at 5 or less? Or if somebody runs it at 7, you're going to say I should have took it. When you told me on Wednesday I should be 5 or less, but don't tell me on game day, all right, coming out at 7, like take it now. Like that creates gray areas. So that's a complicated question, but that's one of the things that will make a bad coach. What about you?
Yeah. For sure, I always appreciated the detail-oriented coaches, right? So when I leave that meeting room, I know exactly what I got to do, right? And like I said, a bad coach could be a number of things. That's why I asked you, like, what was a bad coach? Because a bad coach could be a coach that, I've had it, a coach that really don't know the intricacies of the playbook, right? Where, and that's bad. Like that's bad. Like you should not be
because you're gonna ask questions.
Exactly, and you should not be in the front of the room. And every time I ask you something, don't get me wrong. Like it's gonna be times where position coach could be like, I don't have that answer for you, but I'll get it for you. But I don't need that every meeting though. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though a bad coach is a coach that's not detail oriented. Now they'll give you, again, like how you said, like a lot of gray areas. And then I hated coaches that like they coach. So example, right? Coach said, well, I think you should have done this. Pause. Like pausing like on the screen. Pause. I think you should have done this. Play. Pause. So my thing was like, as a player, we don't get these opportunities to pause, play, to kind of read the route, to kind of see what the formation is. The game is so fast. So when coaches do that every time, every meeting, I'm like, yo, like that. Something for me, it was frustrating.
That's not realistic.
It's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I always appreciated the coach that would say one time, look, or ask me, what did you see? Why did you do what you did? Coach, this is what I seen. This is why I did it. I remember in the earlier in the week when we was going over this formation, this was my thought process. Coach said, okay, cool. But next time, think about this, AB. You know what I mean? So I would say, and a coach that can't communicate. If I can't communicate with you, if I can't communicate what I'm seeing, how I'm feeling, how my guys are feeling, and if you won't take that into consideration, I don't think you could be a good coach.
For sure. And it kind of all goes back to explaining. I saw somebody say in the comments too, coaches that can't explain the why. And I literally had coaches, and that's when a coach don't really understand, like you said, the intricacies of a playbook. Like it can tell you it can tell you on a PowerPoint, a printout, how it's supposed to look. But when you really get in the field, like everybody got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. So now you can't. It's hard for you to correct based off what I'm telling you because you don't even know. You know the coverage, but you don't know why. Like why are we running this coverage versus 12 personnel, but we're running it differently versus 11? Like why? Or why are we calling this blitz this and that blitz that when they're the same blitz? Like what's the point in that? You know what I mean? So when you can have those conversations, the coach can, okay, this is why we're doing it because up front that call tells them something different. So now I can understand it and now I can put it in whatever box I need to put it in. So it's a lot of intricacies in the coaching. I think players, people who have some type of experience in those trenches would do a better job because sometimes it's just not realistic. Sometimes you got to know when you got to change things. You got to be able to have a dialogue. I hate coaches who have too much pride to when they come into it and they feel like, just do it. Just do it. Yeah, just do it how we telling you to do it. I know, you and me and AB playing free safety, we're two different players with different strengths and weaknesses, but you're telling us to do the same exact thing. Like that may work perfectly for AB. And that may be the guy you've been coaching for the last 5 years, but now I'm the safety and that don't really work the same for me. So how can we meet in the middle? So coaches got to know how to communicate and really drive that, that culture. Is much, much, much more than X's and O's, especially on the pro level. Everybody knows the X's and O's. So now we need to know the whys, the who's, and all that. But that's a good question, man.
Yeah. And again, man, I think for me, one of the things that it was a great thing for me being there, but I was walking into that Indianapolis Colts organization, but then it kind of I seen the other side. So the way Coach Dungy was just approaching the X's and O's, like, look, we're gonna do what we do. You know what I mean? We're gonna do what we do regardless of what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? If we're sound and we're doing everything that we need to do, we don't got to worry about the other side. So we're gonna make sure that if you got a 10-yard comeback, you go into 10 and you coming back. You know, if we're playing cover 2, all our techniques gonna be sound. So it was really focusing on what we needed to do, and we rep that. So I know I've been places where we play cover 2 and we never really rep cover 2 in practice as far as individually. You know what I mean?
And then they call it 2 minutes.
Exactly. So like the things that we were gonna run in the game, we was gonna run in practice, and we was gonna rep it. We was gonna rep it. We was gonna rep it until we was perfect at it. And I just love that. And we were detail oriented. The coaches knew the whys. The coaches would listen to you as far as, you know, what you're seeing out there as a player. So man, I respected that from Coach Dungy and his staff. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, as a player, you definitely that's like, hold on, let me fix this camera. Oh man. Now as a player, you definitely appreciate that, you know, getting them reps and shit. I saw that from y'all on the offensive end too. Peyton was gonna run. Peyton was gonna run. Now, obviously, he had things that he could do at the line to change things, but you knew you was getting the 5-yard indie routes. You knew you were getting the smash 7. You knew you were getting seam routes. Just same thing with Brady. Brady ran a lot of the same plays for a long time. But the thing about Belichick, the approach to X and O's were different. He was much more, I would say, game plan specific than like Dungy. Like we would run, like you said, y'all gonna run what y'all gonna run. We would run all man and 0 blitzes this week, and then the next week we'll be a straight cover 2 team, depending on who we were playing. So, but we got reps at it. You know, we got reps at it, and what Belichick did better than any other coach was he held each individual player accountable for knowing, like, you know how like some like players can get away and kind of, you know, hide in the not really speak up, not really talk at the walkthroughs, not really speak up in meetings, and they can kind of slide by and get to games and not really know the intricacies of the defense, the checks, all that shit. Belichick was calling your ass out in the meeting. So you knew coming into that meeting, you better be on point. You better know not only what we're doing on defense or offense, but hey, AB, you know, what would you say, you know, 82, what would you say his strengths are? Like, would you say he's fast and quick? Is he a possession guy? Is he a shot guy for them? Like, what did he do for the offense? And then you would have to answer that on like a Wednesday. So like that's the first day that we're having like
a meeting. Tuesday,
So it was on you. So creating that type of level of accountability within the locker room, within the meeting rooms, that everybody got to be on point so you can adjust. Because you can't, if everybody's not accountable and on point like that, you can't adjust like that week to week. You got to be able to do and stay one thing. And if you're going to do one thing, you better be damn good at it. And you better have Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis coming off the edge.
and no BS. That's what helped. You knew we were going to be in cover 2. We was going to be in single high with Bob in the box. And we was going to play a low man. But again, you know, we had them 2 dogs on the edge. That was rushing. So we knew the quarterbacks had to get it out quick. So, you know, their thing was we want everybody's eyes on the quarterback so everybody can break. If you looked at our defense, we were one of the smaller defenses, but we were going to be fast. We was going to hunt. We was going to have 11 hats to the ball. And that was just kind of his thing. And if you go back to Tampa Bay, it's kind of the same thing where you had Derrick Brooks, Rondé, Lynch, Sapp, and all them boys. It was getting to the quarterback, but you know, everybody was on the same page.
And those if you put them in big buckets, those are typically the buckets of a defense. Like, look, we are a rally and tackle type defense. Keep things in front of you. Thank you. Rally and tackle type defense. Keep things in front of you, or we're challenge you. Make every throw a tight, accurate throw. We're gonna send pressure. But like the Colts are kind of like a rally and tackle defense. The 49ers rally and tackle when they went to the Super Bowl, but they had dogs up front that's gonna get after you. And you can be more simple and more sound on the back end when you got those guys up front that can get after you. But yeah, man, it's a good question.
Great question. Great question.
Good question, man.
That Tampa 2, baby.
A Tampa 2. You can't run that shit as much these days.
Nah, it's so many crazy things they try to implement in cover 2 now. I'm like, man,
bro,
this ain't even cover 2 no more.
I was on one of my players. This dude, it was like, yeah, it's 2, but if as the nickel, if he run, he got to take a deep. I'm like, bro, that's not even cover. Y'all might go 2 man.
Right. So cover 2 is a zone. So like how we manning up in a true zone. Like
that's it. And that's kind of where I think a lot of that gray area comes in with these, because you're trying to finesse your coverage or a coverage into something that can go. Like every coverage has its strengths and it has its weaknesses. Right? Yep. If we're a cover 2 team, we know where our weaknesses are. And we know where we want the ball thrown. So, like, I don't know. That type of shit always bothered me. There's ways you can tweak it out for certain instances. All right, 2 minute, this is what they like to do. So we're going to give them a cover 2 look. We're going to play it this way. I get that. But when it's just a call that you just got in the – nah.
Yeah.
Nah. What else we got, man? We only got a couple more minutes. Anybody got one more good question? Who's the fastest player you played with?
I
gotta go Randy Moss with that one.
I'm trying to think.
I'm going more. Okay, about 40 times now on the field. Randolph.
The Giants, the Cardinals. Torrey Smith was rolling.
Torrey Smith had that crackhead speed, boy.
I'm trying to think in Indy if we had any guys that was rolling like that. We had a
T.Y.
Todd. What was it? Taj Smith? Taj.
The receiver?
Taj's name. Yeah. Had the dreads.
Had Teddy Williams.
Teddy.
Who I think he was a qualifier. Yeah, he was Teddy Williams.
Forgot about Teddy.
Tyvon Branch in college. He was rolling. He's a fast guy.
Yeah.
That crackhead speed different. You ain't catching no crackhead. Who's I want y'all to name some of the fastest players that y'all watch, that y'all have seen before we get up out of here. If y'all don't have anything else. Oh, here we go. Boom.
What's the mindset when coverage is broken? Do you stay in position or adjust to the blown coverage?
And this was from Speaking Out Loud with Renee Borba and Terrence Williams.
I would speak on a safety's viewpoint. If I'm a deep safety, say I'm in a single high, and I see a blown coverage, my thing is you don't want to. Depends where that broken coverage is at.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends where it's at. Now, if it's a broken coverage where if we're single high, we're supposed to be single high, say 3 deep, and the corner thinks we're playing a cover 2, and that receiver's just streaking down the field, you gotta vacate. You gotta go save the day. But then again, I think it depends on the route that's being ran. Because you could be just in a bind. You could be in a bind because you could have, say, it could be running seam. So if you leave the post to go to to the outside third, that seam going up the numbers of the hash could be wide open. So it just kind of depends on the situation.
Yeah, and when we say single high, that's like a safety in the middle of the field. A deep defender is usually a safety in the middle of the field. So if you're looking at defense, that deep guy, that's a single high safety. And then most of you, I'm sure, know what cover 2 is. So cover 2 is 2 safeties back there. So that would be a split safety look to an offense or to a defense. So if you're a split safety look, usually either you as that safety are responsible for that deep half of the field or you in that corner. If you're a single high, those corners, they got to hold down their deep side and you got to hold down the middle. So that's what AB was saying. It depends on the coverage, but it always goes back to doing your job because it's tough because once you go and cover up for somebody else is thinking that they got a post safety. You know what I mean? So if I'm a slot defender and my post safety leaves the post, the middle of the field to go help that left corner, and I'm playing my route like I have a deep middle of the field safety and I don't, the quarterback may look at the guy who's open and safety goes to cover him. Now he's looking at my guy, he's open, and it's a touchdown either way. So it's doing your job, man. That's why that's so important. Do your job. And that's where a lot of defenses, a lot of players get in trouble. Is like one person messes up, and then the next time we go and call that coverage, oh shit, last time
trying to overcompensate.
So now I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna do that because I was left assed out on the outside last time. So everybody's trying to do your job. So the best thing, get back to that sideline. Hey, AB, I messed up, bro. Don't worry about I'll be there next time. Don't trip.
No, don't let that shit happen again, D-Buck.
My bad. That's on me. But don't do that shit for the TV and shit. Don't be all Hey, that's a fine. That's a fine right there.
High dollar fine.
Yeah. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Y'all know what to do, man. It's that time. Go over to the Pat McAfee show. I'll be on there tomorrow. I'll let y'all, man. It's been fun. Great week.
Always.
Got some great sports tonight and this weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday.
Y'all have a safe weekend.
Yes, sir. Is it Memorial Weekend?
Memorial Day weekend, yeah. Be safe out there.
Y'all be safe out there, man. Out of here.